Mm, 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 mm.
Another basketball game. I know. They fall into. Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Cone, and yes, I'm here to confirm the rumors. The Oklahoma City Thunder have lost another basketball game. I know. They fall into 2020. 111 to 109 to move to the NBA Cup final, where they will face off against the Knicks, who beat the Magic today. And I'll talk about that game and the upcoming Knicks Spurs matchup towards the end of the video. But for the moment, we've got to focus on Spurs Thunder, which was the game of the year. This was really back and forth, incredible performances from some of the stars, from some of the supporting guys, and it showed me a few different things that are all really good for the NBA. This game right here encapsulates three different things, in my opinion, that are going to be massive for the NBA, both this season and going forward for the long term. And the first one is that the NBA Cup is working. I don't care what people say. Oh, it doesn't mean anything.
I love the
Like,
cup.
it's boring,
You know,
whatever, this or that.
fan,
I change the
nigga.
regular season. The
You don't
NBA
like
Cup
the
is
cup? You
my
know,
whole timeline is like, wow, this is a super intense game. I had people that don't really watch basketball all that much text me knowing I'm a Thunder fan, be like, whoa, that Thunder Spurs game was ridiculous. Like, it was a big game type of feel. It had a playoff atmosphere. After the game, the Spurs guys are getting super hyped, and Wemby's talking about how, it means something to win this game. The Thunder players are pissed, which they usually are. That's kind of just their mentality. But, like, you can tell there was a bigger feel to this than a regular season game. The NBA Cup is working. It doesn't have, the prestige of the NBA Finals, and it never will. But I do think it's going to continue to evolve and be something that not only the players care about, because they obviously do, but the fans care about in a big way as well. Like, the Thunder lost, I'm like, damn, we're not going to win the NBA Cup. And that is a massive win for the NBA. The second thing that this showed me is that the Oklahoma City Thunder being this dominant is also really good for the NBA, because every time the Thunder are playing somebody, especially in this type of high stakes environment, it creates a David versus a Goliath. And, dynasties, people talk about, oh, like, you parody and this and that. And I love parody myself. But sometimes dynasties, and specifically that like juggernaut team where it's like, how do you possibly beat them, are really good for sports. The Golden State Warriors, 73-9, that 2016 finals was terrible. Like, when you think about all the games, most of them were blowouts. But because the 3-1 comeback, and specifically Game 7, and LeBron and the Cavs coming back to take down the 73-9 Warriors, a lot of people will tell you, yeah, that was like the best finals of my life. Specifically, Game 7 was the best game I've ever watched. But like, that finals is, completely reshaped in people's minds because it's this David versus Goliath type of storyline. Not that LeBron's David, and nor is Victor Wembanyama in the Spurs. I mean, they have been so good this season, even without Victor Wembanyama. And I made a full video about that a couple of days ago, where I went into depth about how great De'Aaron Fox has been, and Stephon Castle, and Dylan Harper, and Devin Vassell, and this role player cast. Like, this is a team that has legitimate aspirations to not just win a playoff series, but maybe even multiple, and they can do it as soon as this season, never mind the future. They've arrived. They are here right now. But even still, as good and as exciting as they are, the Thunder were clearly the favorites in this game, and they're going to be favored in every game they've played this season, every playoff series they go into. They still might win 70-plus games. They, in fact, probably will, the way they've been playing so far this season. So anytime you have this historic juggernaut, and they go into a road arena, because it did sound like a Spurs game in there, and whether that was because Las Vegas is closer to San Antonio, I think, I'm not a geographic guy, but I think it would be a little bit closer, or just because fans were rooting for the underdog, which is also a very likely possibility. It was a Spurs crowd. They were rooting for them, and I think having that villain, like that top team that everybody's like, we've got to take them down, is good. I think that's really exciting for the NBA, both to build up Shea and the Thunder as a face of this new era, but also Victor Wembanyama, if they can go ahead and take them down, even if it's not this season, whenever they're able to do that, like, that is going to create this big, long, overarching storyline. And as Wemby tries to build up his all-time case, and the Spurs try to get back to the dominance that they showed all throughout like the Tim Duncan era, it's going to be a big-time storyline. And that's the third thing, is that this Spurs-Thunder rivalry is so good for the NBA. This is going to be incredible for them for a number of reasons, because, like, yeah, the Thunder have been amazing this season, and it's like, who's going to challenge them? And the Thunder, as much as I do believe they will win the title and they should be the clear favorites, they're not invincible. And even if they go back-to-back this year, that even only ups the stakes more to next season. It's like, who can stop the three-peat? And maybe it is Victor Wembanyama, who has a great case to become the face of the NBA and this rapidly rising Spurs team. Maybe it is them. And we had this, great Thunder-Spurs rivalry in the early 2010s with Russ and KD and Tony Parker, Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Kawhi Leonard, in his earlier days. And then it was the Kawhi Leonard, LaMarcus Aldridge type of Spurs teams that were competing with the Thunder in like the Russell Westbrook and Paul George days. Like, there were some ridiculous battles between these two franchises. And they are two of the most successful franchises over the last 15 or so years. And to, see them again be having playoff battles with two top 5 guys at the helm, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Victor Wembanyama, never mind other super exciting supporting stars like Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren. And Chet and Wemby clearly have a bit of a rivalry. I don't know how Chet feels about it, but every time Wemby talks about Chet and the Thunder, he clearly is like, yeah, I don't really like him, or I definitely want to, show that I'm better than him. Like, Chet missed a free throw tonight, and Wemby was celebrating like it was the NBA Finals. And I love that. That's the type of energy. Wemby and the Spurs want to go at the Thunder. The Thunder absolutely hate losing. They despise it more than anything, and it's a reason why, despite them winning all these games, they're always like, yeah, we're 0-0. We're just, staying level-headed, because they don't want to get ahead of themselves. They hate losing. And so when you have that competitive fire between these two teams, that interpersonal rivalry, and as like Dylan Harper and Stephon Castle get better, and if the Spurs add another piece, and De'Aaron Fox has been so good this season, there's just so much to love, so many storylines, small details connecting these two franchises going back forever and now into the future. That's going to make this maybe the defining rivalry of the Western Conference for the next 5 to 10 years. And you will have, also like the Denver Nuggets will be in the mix in there, the Lakers potentially with Luka Doncic if they are able to get him more and more help, and the Houston Rockets. Like, there are other franchises that are going to play into it, but it does feel like because the Thunder have Shai, all these picks and this great young core, and the Spurs have Wemby, similar thing, a lot of assets, a young core, and the ability to upgrade if they want. These could be the two teams at the top of the Western Conference. We could see a lot more battles like this. We could see a playoff series this year between these two teams. I have a weird gut feeling that it will be Spurs Thunder second round. And I think that would be super fun. Like, I would love to see Wemby and Chet go at each other for a full series, and this team full of great guard defenders try to stop Shai, and how Shai is able to counteract them. And I think Mitch Johnson is a really good coach, and Mark Daniels obviously a really good coach, a championship caliber one. So how did those two out-scheme each other? And again, just calling back to the time when I fell in love with basketball in the early to really mid-2010s, that's, I remember watching the 2016 Thunder and Spurs when it's KD Russ going up against Kawhi Leonard and this juggernaut Spurs team that won 68 games, that was on the tail of the 73-9 Warriors the entire time. And that was one of my favorite series ever, seeing the Thunder take down that team. So I love the idea of it being revived in this new iteration. It's really exciting. So, yeah, and it's cool because we get to see these two teams play twice more in the span of, 11 days now, because they played 2 days before Christmas, and then on Christmas, first game's in San Antonio, second one is in OKC. The atmosphere for both those games, especially after this one in the Spurs won, is going to be
we go with Game 4
cannot wait to
of the
watch those
NBA
games.
Finals.
Can't wait to watch
We
these two
will
teams
see a
continue
Game
to
5,
battle.
but will we
It's
see Game
incredible.
6?
And
That's the
focusing on the
question.
game specifically,
This is
again,
Kevin
Wemby
Harlan.
was a
I'll be
game
joined by
changer,
Greg
22
Anthony,
points,
Tim
rebounds,
Legler,
2 assists, a
and
steal,
we'll
a
be
couple
hearing
of
from
blocks,
our reporter,
6 of
Allie
11
LaForge,
shooting,
in the
Devin
sidelines
Vassell,
as well.
23 points, hits
So
some
let's
huge
take a look at the
shots.
Charlotte
De'Aaron
starting
Fox
lineup.
with 22
Chet
points, assists, a
Holmgren out
couple of
there with
steals. Also had a
Antetokounmpo.
number of big
Then there's
buckets.
Devin
Stephon
Booker.
Castle
Then
with
it's
12 assists,
Kareem, and it's
22,
Curry in
9
at point guard.
Go.
And
Let's
for
go.
the
Let's go. Let's
Mavericks,
go.
they've got Duncan.
Ready to get these niggas out of here. 2 more games. I got a second championship. Let's
And
go.
Jokic in at center. Taking a look at Charlotte. Up 2-1 in the series. If they can win tonight, they will firmly be in the driver's seat.
And on the other side, this is a huge opportunity for the home team. If they can even things up with a win, they'll have all the momentum going into Game 5. Such a strong win. Wow, can more than handle that.
Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. Holmgren outside. Shot clock at 5. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Skillful make inside by Booker, able to find his spot for the finish.
This is the first game
Outside, Kobe. Back to Rose. Some nice passing here by Here's Jokic, and the rejection by Holmgren. Curry with it. Now defended by Jokic. Curry passes to Abdul-Jabbar. Puts it out to Booker. Outside, out to Kimbo. He's not going to go for it. Empty that time from Leonard. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Earlier, I spoke with Jason Kidd. He said they have their work cut out with Devin Booker, who can score in many different ways. Coach told me people talk about his deep shooting range, but his middle is just as lethal. And if you crowd him, he can take it to the rim. And he has the size to do damage there. Back over to you.
All right, Allie, thank you. Now, here's Jokic, following the miss by Giannis. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Booker up top. Bryant defending. And the Hornets miss again.
Barely see him miss.
Pass to Jokic. Back to Leonard. Here's Jokic. And that's rejected by Abdul-Jabbar. Booker outside.
Start for them offensively. Now just 1 for 5 from the field. They've got to find their groove.
And Leonard gets it to go.
You set him up more often than not. Leonard will knock him down.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out.
But this was just, it was so an offensive execution game from the Knicks. And a little bit from the Magic, but they just threw it out. And Bronze at 40.6 feet to 87 shooting 8 pounds. He was unstoppable. 49 pounds on the
Michael Jordan is checked in for Leonard. Kevin Durant's checked in for the Hornets. Irving comes in for Booker. Hornets trail by 4. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. Here's Abdul-Jabbar.
Great job by Curry. His ability to read the floor, an underrated part of his game.
For Dallas, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Michael Jordan on the wing. From 17 feet out. Rebounded by Abdul-Jabbar. For Charlotte, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field. The 3 from KD. It's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. And so it's Rose bringing it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Jokic, it's good. This time the assist for Rose.
And if Jokic has the position inside, get it.
Yeah, Fraud's the guy.
Trailing by 4. Thursday's loss was a disappointment.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys are defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Let's call it what it was. They got overly well to match up with just not in their favor. Now here's Durant following the miss by Michael Jordan. Durant gets Irving. Pocket 6. And stolen by Jordan. Jokic, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And you got to be aware where Jokic is on the break. Analyzes transition situations and takes advantage of it.
Now here's Curry. Still without it. Count that one.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Some changes here for the Mavericks. Malone comes in for Tim Duncan, and it's Mitchell in for Bryant. Charlotte also making some changes. Booker comes in for Holmgren, and it's Cunningham in for Stephen Curry. Now here's Rose. Pass to Mitchell, and stolen by Booker. Here's Irving. Unreal.
And you love the quick ups, but then how about that explosiveness on the finish? Irving, man, he just has incredible gifts.
Let's see the connected cam angle on that stunning play, brought to you by Gm3. Here's Jordan. Rose with the ball. Now defended by Cunningham. Fires top of the key. Cunningham with some nice D. Executing to perfection right now offensively.
I mean, in total sake, good luck trying to stop him now.
Yeah, Cunningham keeping others involved, a true catalyst for this offense.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. They get it again. Here's Abdul-Jabbar, and the dunk by Abdul-Jabbar.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
And he shows you great timing as well. Offensive rebounding, one of his specialties. Well, the defense challenged him just enough to force that miss. They really collapsed when he got close to the rim.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's Charlotte ending the first quarter on a 12-4 run. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center.
Let's go to Cena. Thank you, Cena. I'm coming to you live from a car right now after the disaster that I just witnessed. I went to Saturday night's main event. I have my John Cena t-shirt. Everything is as a... This show sucked. We can try and make excuses all you want. Triple Fraud got booed at the end of the show. He got booed because John Cena's final show, I'm looking around to make sure nobody's watching, and breaks into the bell. John Cena's final show was a disaster. John Cena's final match was a disaster. The ending to this match, in which greatest the beast of all time, Jonathan Cena, is tapped.
Aggressive right out of the gate, wasting no time shutting shooters down here with authority.
And then there's the points off turnovers. They've really made the other team pay when they've lacked ball security.
In which the greatest of all time, Jonathan Cena, tapping out to Gunter, who tapped out to Jey Uso at WrestleMania. Do you guys not see a problem with this? Jey Uso is a jobber, and he had Gunter tapping out in 5 seconds. And you're telling me that the same Gunter who tapped out earlier this year, who got pinned by Samuel Zayn last year, who got pinned by CM Punk, who John Cena beat this year, who got pinned by CM Punk 4 months ago. That same Gucci is tapping out John Cena. He just put Cody Rhodes and WWE champion to the limit at SummerSlam. And you want to watch Triple H getting booed.
They've got Nowitzki. Irving is out there with
That's
Durant.
why it sounded me along to you guys for over a year at this point. Triple H sucks. He does not care about you, the fans. You don't think that Triple H heard all week on the internet the last few weeks? Man, I really hope he doesn't tap out the Luther. If it goes against anything his character has ever done with me, he hasn't tapped out in over 19 years in the company. Why would you have him tap out the Luther when he tapped out the Jey Uso? You think he didn't hear complaints all week? He heard them. He didn't care. That makes us garbage. You have Gunther going out there in the same room. Gunther is a jobber.
No, what a steady presence.
I understand like Gunther for so many people there. John Cena's man. We're going to get that just 1 minute. I want to talk about the rest of the show for a very, very small amount of time. The opening match with Darius Rhodes and Obama Penny. That match, up until the last few minutes, was pretty solid. Good physicality. Cody Rhodes with a solid entrance. Over Penny has a good entrance. We get it. And it's good to showcase Silver Tom versus the current talent. You guys looking at, man? Keep on walking. You keep walking. I'm just going to talk about Triple H and Chuck walking. You keep walking. Anyways.
And it's good. 2 points.
Triple H opened the show with that. We had Cody Rhodes and Over Penny. How did that took place? What happened at the end of the match? They called some injured, and they called some injured the beauty, and they called some injured the ruin, and they called some choking out.
Takes the 13-footer.
You got the time goes out there and gets the Charlotte. He gets the strike out of the Robert Benson for Darius.
to take that shot.
What's being genuine right now, man? You're not making sense. Why would you pay me those dollars less than 6 minutes just to have Drew McIntyre get beat up in the match? How many times is Drew McIntyre going to job out, guys? This is why you have no stars. Because they're always either losing or they're fighting 50-50 matches.
First free throw is good.
You know what I mean?
He's checked
It's
in for the
embarrassing.
Mavericks.
The second match of the night, we had
Abdul-Jabbar checked in for Nowitzki
versus Bailey. Nobody's going to go back and watch this match. And I watched it in person. So Luka is amazing in that ring. She's talented. You know what I'm saying?
Both
She's
free throws
athletic.
good
She's
from
really
Booker.
good as an
And that's another area
that's
where
great
he
for her,
is
man.
just
Hope
a
she has a great career.
superb
That's awesome.
player.
Bailey
Excellent.
right now is a jobber. We can move on. We can move on.
Passes to Jokic.
We didn't have the third match because obviously so Luka won off a full roll-up. How many full roll-ups are you going to get? You're going to get full roll-up?
By
You're going to get tropical or you're going to get blue right? In the next match,
He's picked up by Jordan.
entertaining action-packed match with Devon Evans and Leon Slater versus AJ Styles and Jordano Lee. It was entertaining and had good action. Cool. I don't care. We need more than that.
And so now a timeout
How many
called
times
by
do I
Jason
come
Kidd.
back and say,
Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. And now, the players who have stood out at taking high percentage shots in the playoffs. Angelo Abdul-Jabbar, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks. And, of course, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And they've both been extremely hot from the floor. Great timing on their part to get it going in the postseason.
Now, here's Jordan. Nothing on the board. Takes a step back. And it's Jokic missing.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change. Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, they have just found the better looks, and they are capitalizing.
Here's Leonard. 6 points for him. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Leonard's got 4 points in the quarter. Here's KD. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. To the paint. Here's Antetokounmpo. The basket good off the assist from Durant. And the Hornets lead by 9.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Malone kicks to Rose. Back to Malone. Dallas moving it around. Just 5 on the clock. Shot on the wing. And the shot no good. A bit short. And here's Charlotte. They're on a 12-4 run. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. And Abdul-Jabbar throws it down.
And not much you can do defensively once Kareem gets the ball in that close. Too much height, too much talent.
Shot on the way. And the shot is good. The Hornet lead has been cut down now to just 9 on the basket from Michael Jordan. And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy.
Yes, I was there. It was great. This moment where he lost, guys, he felt empty. It's lifeless. And normally you would have a moment like this with Cena, be very, very emotional and all this stuff. But he's emotional because the whole time before has sucked. There's been no picture of ever show for John Cena in the slightest. In the slightest.
If they don't want to call him out, I know he feels like he wants to say something to get a rise out of the guy, but he's not pointing down. He won't go to the
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all do me a favor, drop a like on the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. You already know who it is. It's Roy Legend. Folks, I tell you guys, JJ Redick
Kobe's checked in for Nikola Jokic. The Hornets also changing it up. Kay Cunningham's checked in for Irving. And Curry subbed in for Devin Booker.
As an NBA coach, all right, this dude has no idea what he's doing. The Lakers' record to start the season, everybody's been talking about how the Lakers are the second seed and blah, blah, blah. Folks, we just saw the
Here's the Hornets with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Curry passes to Cunningham.
Absolutely nothing, especially in the middle in the season.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. And they pick up 2. Cunningham's got the lead up to 11 now for the Hornets.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
It's stolen by Curry.
And it started really with the recent road trip where
Giannis outside.
Toronto, Boston, and he also played Philadelphia and just came back home to play.
Michael Jordan grabs the miss.
Yeah, they're winning despite his offensive performance. He just hasn't been sharp from the field.
Point-blank range. Jordan.
High percentage look for Jordan. And has every move you can ask for in the paint area.
And here is Curry. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. That's a bucket. His third of the game. He shot the ball 7 times.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Kobe, the pass to Rose. Good, and it's Bryant picking up the assist. Rose has got his second basket of the night. Charlotte leading by 9. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Curry on the wing. We got 33 seconds left in the first half of the game. Pocket 4. Fades and shoots. And it's Malone with the rebound.
Yeah, take your time. You don't give them another possession.
Clock management is everything right here. Time and score are paramount.
And the shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Curry deciding where to go with it. And so is Charlotte. The quarter will close with a 7-point lead. They're pounding the ball inside. That's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll return shortly.
The boy gave us 16 points in the game on defense, and he only scored 15. This is why we're saying about Austin Reeves for a very long time. At the end of it, he's a net negative for the Lakers, especially if he's in the starting lineup postseason time. And the reason why I say that he's a net negative.
Thanks for joining our halftime broadcast here in Game 4, where it's been a strong start for the Charlotte Hornets.
His offensive production does not.
The reserves are playing like starters. A lot of teams are emphasizing depth these days.
So much talent in this league to the point where the spillover G League has some qualities.
JJ Redick is essentially scared to call out Luka Doncic.
And looking at where the Hornets stand in the series, with the series at 2-1, they could take a commanding lead if they can get the job done tonight.
That'd be a commanding lead if they lost the game already. It needs to be more like a suggested lead.
I don't even know where to start with that. Despite what Shaq says, if they win, they'll be in absolute control of the series.
Just so long as they're not being suggestive. That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
There's going to be the same thing every time. If you can't be coached and you can't be criticized for what you do, then you're not okay. That whole circle. Ain't that called accountability? Okay. Hold accountability.
And we welcome you back to Game 4 on 2K Sports. One of the stories here, Jokic getting it done today.
And those extra chances mean so much. And he has shaped the game with the way he's been pulling down those offensive boards.
Well, it's demoralizing for the opponent. Those second chance opportunities really energize your team.
So with Malone sitting on the bench, here's a 5 for Jason Kidd right here. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Duncan. And it's Rose. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Kobe. And if the shooting goes up. Now here's Curry. Booker the pass to Holmgren. It's hauled in by Duncan. Leonard trailed by 4. Leonard with the ball. Now guarded by Antetokounmpo. And it's out of bounds. And last touch by Holmgren. Here are this postseason's dead-eye shooters. These guys have knocked down a ton of shots from downtown. Fifth is Stephen Curry.
He is having so much success from beyond the three-point line. Some guys just thrive on this kind of pressure.
And stolen by Booker. Curry way outside. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Here's Dallas. Haven't given up any points here in the second half.
That's just too easy for Jokic. This is why defensively you've got to get him away from the basket.
Now here's Curry. On the wing, Booker beyond the arc. And again, the Hornets missing.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of his cold spell, but the struggles continue.
And he doesn't have to do it alone. He's got 4 teammates on the floor. So all systems go here early on. That's 3 in a row since Jump Street.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to take his chance to talk to his guy.
He's coaching like
Charlotte making a switch here. Durant's checked in. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Outside Curry. But Trey, good. A nice assist from Booker. Booker's got 3 assists now in this one.
And that is their first make of the third. Let's see if that gets them going.
Now here's Leonard. He's got 8. Duncan with the screen for Leonard. From outside, off the mark.
Well, it's still a good start to the half. They had to miss something.
Kevin Durant, bullseye, money on the 3.
And that's a scary sight for the defense. The last thing you want is for Durant to find his rhythm from downtown.
Duncan with the screen for Leonard. Score the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Wow, 4 of 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
And Booker kicks to KD. On its way from Curry for 2. Again, the Hornets score. Mavericks trail by 6. Inside. Here's Jokic. Kevin Durant with the rebound. The Hornets have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. Curry dishes to Booker. Shoots over Kobe. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Tonight has just not been his night. It's that simple. Luckily, they have found success elsewhere.
Kicked in by Abdul-Jabbar. And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Dallas making a switch here. Jordan's checked in. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. And that one, good. Bryant's got 4 this quarter.
The defense has got to cover Bryant everywhere. Otherwise, he'll just keep finding looks whenever he wants.
Curry intros. Holmgren outside. Target with his 3.
Yeah, so many times we will see shooters of any caliber miss that wide open 3.
Jokic passes to Kobe. Shoots from the line. That's in. Coming off the assist from Jokic. And now just a 2-point Hornets lead. Rose against Curry. On the wing, Booker. Shoots over Kobe. Shots good by Booker. Booker's got 6 points.
Well, Booker doesn't have any weaknesses. The mid-range area is somewhere he thrives.
Back to Rose. Duncan outside. Dallas moving it around. Kobe can't get that one to fall.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
He is so versatile offensively. Booker able to beat you inside, outside, and in the mid-range.
Bryant, high post. Working on Booker, and the shot is good. The Hornet lead has been cut down now to just 4 points at the basket from Bryant. And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Karl Malone's checked in for Dallas. Mitchell comes in for Derrick Rose. And then for Charlotte, Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Abdul-Jabbar. And Irving subbed in for Holmgren. Charlotte, no good that time either.
And players avoid taking mid-range shots these days. It's almost like the threes are easier for players to get.
Yes, that goes in. Kobe's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Impressive, really, from that short 17 area. They are not missing it.
Curry, wide open. And again, the Hornets missing.
And they had some boxed coverage that turned into no coverage.
Jordan dishes to Mitchell. No luck that time in the shot that would have put them on top. Curry on the wing. Covered by Mitchell. Durant gets to Curry. Back to KD. 6 to shoot. Baseline J on the way. No good there. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. Hornets lead by 2. We're back after this from American Airlines Center. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
What a find! These are the kind of plays we've come to expect from him.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. And timeout is called by Charles Lee. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Charles Lee said to the team. He pleaded with his guys to keep their emotions in check, saying, "You're battling right now. Continue to play smart. Don't try to be a hero out there. Play for one another." Guys, let's see what happens.
And as always, Allie, great job. Thank you. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the 4th. Abdul-Jabbar is out there with Durant. And then there's Antetokounmpo. Then it's Cade Cunningham. And it's Irving in at the 2-guard spot. And it's Rose missing. Out of bounds, Dallas takes possession. And timeout is called by Charles Lee. He's not taking any chances. He wants to huddle him up right away.
Doesn't make sense to me. He's like, after you have legendary best dating, he told me that you have the real chance with that he was singing and actually wanted to eat it. You have practically said that the singer who have legendary best dating. It's very questionable. How can a strange woman push a series of tweets saying, protect women? Letting SA couch chase like what the heck? If I leave this earth anyway, why would I disrespect people until it happens to you? I would never want to tear a black man down and swear that's not as motive, and walking left me on the road, and be disrespectful, and have my feelings dismissed, and mental health matters too. Why would I keep protecting everyone but myself? I have nothing to lie about. I never put myself in a situation. It shouldn't matter how I look, how I dress. It doesn't matter what a woman is wearing or who she is. We still don't deserve humanizing experiences. Stop lacking empathy and human being human from real.
The Mavericks trail. Out to the right wing. Irving with the steal. Cunningham outside. Back to Abdul-Jabbar. Over Malone. Abdul-Jabbar misses. The Mavericks shooting 51% from the field. They'll take that. Unquestioned move inside from Kawhi.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get it.
And now the big question, can they sustain the
Irving passes beyond. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
And you love watching Giannis operate inside. So assertive and forceful.
About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Rose against Cunningham. Rose, no good. The Hornets with the lead. Now Irving. Inside. Onto the Kumbo. Automatic.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Bounce pass for Rose. Here's Jordan. The Hornets pull it in. They've led by as many as 11 points. To the middle. Here's KD. And finished up by KD.
Nothing to see here, folks. Just another tremendous scoring night from Durant.
The Mavericks have gone 1-4 since the end of the third quarter. And Jason Kidd is called timeout. He knows every possession is critical now.
And Coach can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
Yeah, physically they are being overwhelmed in the paint right now. That can be hard to fix because it's a personnel issue.
Any ball in a pivotal situation that's a little saying actor Michael Rainey Jr. allowing the screen and saying that SA wins in the paint. It was a big thing at the time, and Tyler did a statement to apologize. And they even brought up the point of Tyler doing some freaky stuff on IG Live, implying that quoting women is wrong with him.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Jokic, he's checked in for Malone. Duncan comes in for Sean Marion. Kobe is subbed in for Michael Jordan. And then for Charlotte, Chet Holmgren, he's checked in for Durant. Devin Booker comes in for Irving. And Curry subbed in for Cunningham. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Duncan with the screen for Rose. Left side, Bryant over Booker. Keeps it alive. Duncan on the follow.
And how about the timing from Duncan on the glass? Getting there to collect that offensive rebound and the putback. Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Mavericks trail by 6. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's Rose. And the rejection by Holmgren.
That is just great rim protection by Holmgren.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for sure.
I love how they're moving the basketball all game long, and also their ability to move without the ball. That style just makes it so difficult to defend.
Well, how about the damage they've done attacking the basket? The defense has had no answers for how to slow them down in that area. I love the aggressiveness.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
And you're talking about one of the most decorated superstars in the history of college basketball, but maybe the most impressive team. He won 3 national championships, and Kareem has a way of affecting winning.
After a rough first half, it's good to see him start to put the pieces together here.
Booker.
And I know Booker's skill puts a lot of pressure on the defense, so it's not shocking to see them resorting to fouling.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw, good, Booker.
Well, there's so much to like about Devin Booker, and I think my favorite thing is that you can run your offense through him as a scorer or as a creator.
Both free throws good from Booker. Average trail by 7. Launches it. And it doesn't go.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. You've got to have better shot selection.
And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. On the wing, Bryant. Defended by Booker. It's in there.
When you talk about key scores, Kobe is near the top of that list. This guy makes it look easy with all that talent.
Booker up top. Defended by Bryant. Jokic pulls it down. Dallas has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Lets it fly from 18. Nails the jumper.
Nice set there, making it easy for Bryant. He had that
Jokic against Abdul-Jabbar. Holmgren. Jokic pulls it down. Mavericks trail by 3. The power of Jokic.
huge. Jokic comes through just fearless. What an option.
Curry outside. 59 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Oh, the nerves on this guy.
Completely unfazed by what's at stake. That's just clutch about it.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time.
Okay, so we got to talk about the situation with Nick Young and Steven Jackson. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are looking at Nick Young and Steven Martin and Will Bauer. Or we don't have to look back and forth and deal with the big videos coming in.
This is exactly why they go to him in these spots. These guys believe in his ability to come to the clutch.
I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
That's smart move.
Holmgren in the ball. Dunking on him.
Staying cool in a clutch moment. Holmgren not letting his inexperience get the best of him.
Guys, a critical time for them in this ballgame.
You got to play mistake-free.
Duncan, good.
About the concentration from Duncan. Doesn't budge even in the biggest of moments.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
I'm okay, my real well. We ain't the good.
And now they decide to foul intention.
That's a loose booty. When you big and when you see
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
Big free throws there, extending this to a 2-possession lead.
Dallas calls timeout. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Turning here to our analysts. What factors, guys, come to your mind?
They're trying to get back in this thing. They need a score.
You have to be smart here. If they're successful, the foul has got to happen quickly.
And Derrick Rose accustomed to carrying a team offensively, taking big shots down the stretch. Nothing new to him. You know what? Smart foul. You got to try to extend the game.
It's the first, and that will put them up by 2. And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
Big time conversion there puts them up 3.
A 3 and nothing but a 3 will do here.
Yeah, tie it up. Absolutely. Let's see what they run here.
Calm and collected in the game's biggest moments. You can rely on Jokic when you need a basket. You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game. To tie it up. Off target from outside. And they just stop the clock, so there's a foul. So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. And it's a 5-point game.
Safe to say, that should do it. This is why making free throws down the stretch is so important.
And so it's Charlotte with the win. And now they're sitting on a commanding 3-1 lead. They've grabbed this series by the throat, Greg.
And Kevin, I don't think they're going to let it go. You can see the determination they had tonight. They don't want to drag this series out. They want to get this thing over.
Game 4 of the NBA Finals is all wrapped up. For Tim Legler, Craig Anthony, and Alan LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan.
This is the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
What you do better than me? Just tell me. You can't shoot better than me. Can't handle the ball better than me. You fire, run to the hole. Like, yeah, that liquor store brown bags. Yeah, that's what you did. But don't ever say I wasn't. And you can't.
No, it's around.
I'm tired of these bust around his mouth looking niggas. Always talking.